The Hidden Origins of Makgeolli, the forgotten story behind Korea's oldest traditional alcohol. Makgeolli, milky, smooth, lightly sparkling, and deeply comforting. It is one of Korea's oldest alcoholic drinks, but behind its simple appearance lies a story filled with survival, ancient knowledge, and a forgotten master brewer. Today, we uncover the untold origins of Makgeolli and the mysterious brewer who first discovered this cloudy rice wine. Let's begin. Before Makgeolli had a name centuries ago, long before Korea had cities, kings, or written history, life was harsh. People relied on nature for survival: rice, water, fire, and time. Fermentation was not science. It was magic. People noticed that when cooked rice was left alone too long, it changed. It became softer, sweeter, almost fragrant, but no one understood why. And no one dared to drink something that looked spoiled, except one man. The curious farmer legend speaks of an ancient farmer named Yeonji who lived during the earliest Korean tribal periods. He was poor, quiet, and observant, a man who paid attention to how nature behaved. One rainy season, Yeonji stored leftover rice inside a clay jar. He covered it with leaves and forgot about it while tending to flooded fields. Weeks later, he opened the jar and smelled something unusual: a sweet, earthy aroma with a hint of alcohol. The rice had transformed. It was bubbling slightly, warm with life. Most people would throw it away, but Yeonji was curious. He tasted a sip. The liquid was smooth and sweet, and it warmed his chest. This was the first accidental version of Makgeolli. Discovery becomes passion. Yeonji wanted to understand the transformation, so he began experimenting, mixing old rice with new rice, adding herbs, letting jars sit in the shade, burying jars in the ground, storing them near warm fires. He discovered that warmth made the rice ferment faster. Coolness slowed it down, and certain wild yeasts created better flavors. One day, he added bits of dried medicinal herbs that grew near the mountains. The result was even smoother and more fragrant. The villagers who tried his drink were amazed. They said, "It tastes like rice melting into sunlight." This was the earliest intentional Makgeolli brewing, the birth of Nuruk. To improve his drink, Yeonji created a new technique. He crushed grains and herbs together, mixed them with water, and allowed the mixture to dry into a cake. This cake, the first Nuruk, was full of natural yeast and enzymes. When mixed with rice, it transformed the grains into alcohol faster and more consistently. Villagers called it Yeonji's magic stone, but Yeonji insisted it was not magic. It was nature working through time. This discovery became the foundation of all Korean alcohol, even thousands of years later. Spreading across the land, as people migrated across the Korean peninsula, they carried Yeonji's brewing knowledge with them. His recipes were adapted. Some made stronger versions, some added flowers or fruits, some filtered it clearer, some made it thicker and milked. Different tribes created their own variations, but they all came from Yeonji's first discovery. Eventually, Makgeolli became a drink for farmers, a drink for celebrations, a drink offered to gods and ancestors. It became woven into the fabric of Korean life. The silent recognition, despite his discovery spreading everywhere, Yeonji never became rich or famous. He didn't see himself as an inventor. He simply observed nature and followed curiosity. One legend says that in old age, Yeonji wandered the mountains, sharing Nuruk recipes with tiny villages. Another tale says that he passed away peacefully next to his clay jars, surrounded by the scent of fermentation. Yeonji may have vanished from recorded history, but his creation did not. Final chapter: the legacy in every cup. Every time someone drinks Makgeolli today, when the bubbles dance, when the sweet, tangy flavor touches the tongue, when people share a cup after harvest or during celebration, a piece of Yeonji's ancient curiosity lives on. Makgeolli is not just an alcoholic drink. It is a symbol of Korea's relationship with nature, time, and humble creativity. This was the untold story of the first brewing of Makgeolli, a story hidden inside a forgotten clay jar.